So today we're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of console versus Google Stadia. But I won't be giving my opinion on it. Instead, I'm going to be asking members of the public what they think about it. But thank you, Google, for giving me the team and setup to make this video possible. I think Google must be pretty confident about their product to literally let me make this kind of video where we just ask the public's opinion about Stadia. So just so you guys know, we have Google Stadia versus Console X, with Destiny 2 being played live side by side, and then it was the public's job to find out and figure out which one Google Stadia was. Now on Console X, Destiny 2 is running at 4K HDR 30 FPS, and it's wired to the internet via an Ethernet cable. On Stadia, Destiny 2 is running at 4K HDR 60 FPS, and again, it's being streamed through the Chromecast Ultra, which is wired to an Ethernet cable. And both of these are obviously on a 4K TV that was exactly the same. And this event actually took place outside Box Park in Shoreditch, not inside or near the Google office. You can tell we're in England because it's raining. So we borrowed the internet from Box Park and had 4 Stadia streams and live streams taking place at the same time, so everybody was sharing that bandwidth. But now let's take a look at what the public actually had to say, and then I'll summarize their thoughts at the end of the video and timestamp it below for you guys. One thing I will say from the get-go though is that the first guy we had immediately guessed which one Stadia was because it was taking so long to load the mission on Console X compared to Stadia. So after that we just started loading it before people came into the tent, so they really couldn't tell the difference. So let me know from the gameplay you can see on the screen what you think the difference is.
Oh, it seems very similar.
Anything with the frame rate? Do you think one game's running a bit smoother or faster than another?
I can notice any difference. A little blur in the screen, or I think this is running in console and this in Stadia.
Why do you think that?
Huh?
Why do you think that?
Because of the blur.
Of the
blur?
Of the blur. Okay,
yeah,
so you think
blur,
the left one's a little bit blurry compared to the right one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you think that's Stadia, the left one is Stadia because it's blurry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. And FPS wise, do you think one's running smoother than the other one?
No.
So
no, I think it's pretty
similar.
Yeah. Pretty
Okay,
similar.
how about if you try it out for yourself?
Wow.
So does that change your opinion at all, or do you still feel like this is
It's
the
very
console?
smooth, and I think I'm touching on Stadia controller.
Might have given the game up a little bit there.
Wow, amazing! Stable FPS and nice resolution, nice colors. And is there HDR on or?
HDR. I assume it will be because that should be supported. I think on both the console and Stadia, which I guess is why the colours are so vivid.
It looks very, very good. Yeah.
Okay, so if you hop over to the other one, let me know if you feel a difference in FPS or the quality of the gameplay.
The other one was smoother than this.
Okay, so you think this one's a little bit more laggy or just not as smooth?
It's smooth, but you know the blur I told you before?
Yeah.
It's like the other screen is more cleary, or?
Okay, so you think the right screen is sharper and the left screen is a little bit more blurry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So why don't you open this up and see what you're actually playing?
Okay.
I think you kind of guessed it because it's the controller anyway.
I can open it like that?
Yeah. So that is the console, and this one is Stadia. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Because you
amazing.
said you thought this one was Stadia because it was more blurry.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I mean, and that's running on the internet as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well done. Thanks for playing, though.
Thank you.
Let me know what you think.
Well, this one is definitely a lot clearer.
Okay.
And it seems to be running a bit smoother.
Yeah.
Both of them look pretty good. This one might be a bit quicker though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you think the frame rate's better on here, but this one looks more detailed?
Yeah, this one has better
Okay.
graphics.
Any idea which one Stadia is yet?
No.
Okay. So if I say, why don't you play one yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you have a better idea?
Yeah. feels pretty good, yeah.
So it still feels responsive, like you
Yeah.
said it looked.
Yeah, it responds well, like
Yeah.
very quickly. It's pretty smooth.
So now if you jump over to the other one and compare it, so what do you think about this one? Do you think that's less smooth or more smooth?
This one feels a bit slower,
Okay.
just in like the movement and the responsiveness.
So based on that, which one do you think would be Stadia and which one's a console?
I think that one is Stadia. And
So
this
the
one's
one on the
console.
right is Stadia.
Yeah.
And you think that because it runs faster?
Yeah.
And what else?
If it was for a console, I think it would be able to do the graphics faster and better, but over Chromecast, it might be a little bit worse.
Okay, okay. Well, lift this up and see what you got it right.
Oh!
There you go, you got it right.
There you go.
Well done. FPS wise, do you think one's smoother than the other?
They both run at both consoles will run at native 30 frames a second. No, wait, the Stadia in 4K runs at 60 frames a second, like a PC, doesn't it?
That's
I
correct.
think it does. Console and Destiny 2 are both locked at 30. It's only
So,
PC that
yeah.
does 60.
So maybe you'd be able to tell one's
Yeah,
smoother than the
I'm
other.
trying to. It doesn't have that wear glasses. I think that this one might be the console, based on the fact that I saw the reload button for reload. That one might be the Stadia, and this one might be the console.
So far, you think this one on the right you're playing is Stadia? Or
No, it feels quite smooth.
okay. Could you tell?
This
if it-
one's frame rate actually feels really nice.
Okay.
I can try the other one.
Yeah,
see.
try the other one
So let
and
me
see if
see.
you can notice any difference on how
See?
smooth it is.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. There we go. The frame rate on there. I can feel this is very. It's quite.
So it's
not as
okay,
responsive
okay.
frame rate wise. There's a certain amount of. It's not a frame dip. I mean, it's stable. It's running in 4K, but yeah. When you track up and you track down, it's not as responsive. Whereas that I felt the transitions and the animations were quite smooth on the reload when I was sliding, when I was doing the double jump.
Oh, okay. So
So-
you felt the one on the right was more responsive.
I felt
well.
that for the one on the right is definitely the Stadia. It's
Okay.
100%. Console X,
And then
yeah, this
is Stadia.
This is Stadia. Oh, there you go.
Did you? I mean, it sounded like you kind of knew the difference from the technical terms, but
Yeah.
could you tell the difference between a console and Stadia in terms of you just playing it, and what are the pros and
I've just
cons?
noticed that if that runs at native 60 frame a second,
Yeah.
you can just purely based on when you're watching the
So
animation,
you could just see it's
screen
60
track
FPS.
smoother,
Wow.
exactly.
Okay.
Whereas this, it felt a bit. After you play a higher frame rate console, you'll feel that this feels a bit laggy. It almost feels like it's slower, but that was
Because
no.
you're still streaming the game on
Yeah, I was
Stadia,
about to say,
aren't you?
considering
Yeah.
that this is being run off an independent server, so, yeah, it's very good.
You're
It's very
impressed,
good.
okay.
That's very good. Considering that this console is probably wired straight to the back and running off a disc. So yeah, no, it's very
Well,
good.
thank you so much
I
for
was
your time,
impressed, thank you.
and
Thanks,
well
bud.
done, you won.
Thank you, bud. There we go.
Welcome to the Stadia Challenge. So,
Well, they seem just as smooth as each other,
okay.
to be honest. Just as reactive, just as fast-paced. I honestly have no idea.
So just have a go moving around and let me know how it feels.
I think I can feel it just as much. The very, reactive. It's quite impressive. It feels like this one's the real thing,
Okay.
but
So
I think I need to have a try on the
Yeah.
other one. Okay, yeah. No, this one is definitely much more. Yeah, no. So this one's much slower. Like the spinning around is it's a bit choppy.
Okay.
The graphics are really nice.
Yeah.
The texture as well is really soft and everything.
Do you think the texture's better or worse, or is there any difference?
I think the texture's better on this one.
Okay.
But
But more choppy.
yeah, more choppy. The movement
Right.
is more choppy.
Okay. So you,
It feels just like other consoles that I've played on before. Yeah. Console X. All right.
that one is the console, and then this one obviously only leaves one choice.
Oh, wow. Okay. That
Are
is
you
very
surprised?
surprising. Yeah. That is not what I expected. I don't know. I just thought that it is better quality. Definitely that one by far.
Okay.
But I don't know. I thought Stadia would still be in development and everything, but it's very impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you're streaming that as well.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you'd think it'd be more choppy because of the internet speed and everything, but no.
Yeah.
It's very smooth, very clean.
All right. Well, thank you for playing the challenge.
Thank you very much.
It's okay.
Judging from what I played just now, that looks pretty smooth, about as smooth as this one is. So I'd say this would be the Stadia.
Okay.
Is that right?
I can't tell you yet.
Okay. I'd say the picture quality is quite a lot better with this one.
Right.
Better rendering and better resolution. So the colour, everything was really nice.
Okay.
That's
Well,
better.
do you want to come round the back here and have a go yourself?
Feels pretty responsive, yeah, quite like it. There's not a lot of difference. I mean, they're both pretty responsive, but I'd say the other one's marginally better. But
Okay.
it's really the quality.
All right, so
yeah,
you're sticking with your decision that the one on the right is Stadia.
yeah.
Okay.
Console X, yeah.
So that one's Console X, so
Right.
you're right. And then this one is obviously the Stadia.
Yeah. No, I'm not too surprised. I mean, I would have thought the connection here would be really, really good and solid. So given that and the high-end graphics specs, you know, the whole thing. So I would have thought that there'll be the Stadia.
So now let's summarize what the public had to say. Firstly, we found that most people could quite quickly tell that Stadia was obviously running at 60 FPS, twice the frame rate of the consoles, and especially after they played one and then the other, they could, you know, easily tell that the console felt a lot slower pace, a lot of people were saying, because obviously Stadia is running at twice the frame rate. So that wasn't really a surprise to me, and I'm sure to many of you it wasn't a surprise either. Secondly, some people noticed that Console X actually was sharper and graphically better than Stadia, though there were some people that disagreed with that one as well, so I'll leave it up to you to decide what you guys think about that. Thirdly, which I found most interesting, was that nobody actually noticed any latency at all on Stadia or the console. They couldn't tell the difference. I did ask people continuously about this because I was super interested, and I know that from independent testing, the difference isn't massive, but clearly from two people playing it side by side, one after the other, even on Destiny 2, an FPS game, like, the difference clearly isn't, you know, it's marginal. And that to me was kind of the most surprising thing. I thought maybe people would be able to tell, because people keep telling me that they notice latency on the screen and things like that, but to be honest, yeah, I didn't think it was that prevalent. But I'd love to hear what you guys thought in the comment section. I think one of the most interesting things to me was that people would kind of watch both screens and they would always seem to, generally at least, pick the one they thought was worst as being Stadia. Because I think people are, me included, people were just constantly surprised that that gameplay is being streamed, therefore it must be worse, you know? But sometimes, especially FPS wise, that wasn't the case, and that obviously led to a few shocked reactions.
Okay, so you thought the left one was Stadia,
Yes.
sorry. Okay. So do you want to lift this up and
Okay.
see what that is? So that's the
interesting. Okay,
So what, are you surprised by that?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know it, because that was kind of surprisingly super fast, and I thought there'd have to be some like decent hardware packing in to make it that
But
fast
I mean,
and
you're
reactive.
playing that streamed on the internet.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Kind of crazy, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I erred towards that one. Yeah, quite surprised actually
Okay.
at that.
Well, thank you so much for playing
No,
anyway.
no, thanks, dude.
To be honest, I think the biggest thing to take away from this test is just not to knock Stadia until you try it. I mean, clearly there were some people that came into the room thinking, oh, this is what Stadia is, it's going to be like this, and then their experience was actually very different to how they thought it would be. So, I mean, that's my honest opinion. Just try it and see what you think. And if you guys want to try Stadia in 2019, you can find the Stadia Premier Edition linked down below. That's the only way you can get Stadia in 2019. But guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.